Hello, Professor Lewis. Hello, everyone. My family will be joining me again as my audience. Without further ado, let's get into the speech. Has someone hurt you before? Do you know someone who has hurt you? Sure you do. Maybe it was someone close to you. Maybe it was a family member who failed to support you when you needed them. Maybe a significant other who cheated on you. We've all faced issues. We've all been hurt before. Well, what will you do about it? Do you want to get them back? Make them pay? I'm sure there's ways you can do that. One example would be my brother's story. A few years ago, he had a girlfriend. However, things didn't work out, so he had to break up. When he did, his girlfriend immediately started dating another guy. Due to this, my brother was really hurt, so he wanted a way to get her back. What he decided was to kiss another girl, and he posted it on his story. Well, he did this because he knew that his girlfriend would be able to see the story. When his girlfriend saw, she was really hurt, and she messaged him about it. When this happened, originally my brother was really happy because he got what he had wanted. However, when he started thinking about it, it made him feel sad. This was someone he loved. This was someone he cared about. And he had broken up with her. And after that, he had hurt her. In this situation, both his ex and him were hurt. And revenge didn't solve anything. So my goal today is to persuade you to take the other option, to forgive those who have wronged you rather than take revenge. Well, first of all, why do people take revenge? And before we get even into that, what is revenge? As described by the Oxford English Dictionary, revenge is the action of hurting, harming, or otherwise obtaining satisfaction from someone in return for any injury or wrong suffered at his or her hands. Revenge brings satisfaction with a sense of justice. But it's not that simple. The satisfaction gained from revenge is immediate, but it's temporary. People choose revenge because it's a seemingly easy way to channel their anger and frustration at the issue. But the important thing to note is that the past cannot be changed. Revenge fails because it ties the person to the problem, and it doesn't grant any closure in return. Michael Price from the APA, in his article, Revenge and the People Who Seek It, states that revenge comes at a price. Instead of helping you move on with your life, it can leave you dwelling on the situation and remaining unhappy. What to note here is that revenge gives you no closure. It does the opposite. It leaves you stuck on the issue. It connects you to the person you're taking revenge on. Revenge fails to grant that closure and fails to benefit either party. There's a need for a better solution, and that's where forgiveness comes in. Forgiveness grants the closure that revenge cannot. Forgiveness is difficult, but it's necessary for closure. Well, what is forgiveness? As the Oxford English Dictionary describes, to forgive is to cease to harbor resentment and wrath. Based on this definition, we can define that forgiveness is actually a personal matter. Forgiveness is for oneself. Ruben Khodam from the Psychology Today, in his article, The Psychology of Forgiveness, describes that forgiveness is not saying what happened was okay. Forgiveness is not saying that you accept the person who wronged you. Instead, forgiveness is choosing to accept what happened as it happened rather than what could or should have happened. Forgiveness can mean that you let go. Now, at this point, it's crucial. Forgiveness can grant you freedom through letting go. Forgiveness does not justify an action. It is for the forgiver to be able to accept the actions that happened to them and find a way to escape and have freedom from those actions. So what's stopping you? Finally, find that peace that all of you deserve. Yes, forgiveness is tough, but it's totally worth it. As Tracy Stein, a PhD and Master of Public Health, defines, developing forgiveness has been associated with decreased stress, anxiety, and depression, and increased feelings of well-being. The Mayo Clinic staff defines many benefits of forgiveness in healthier relationships, improved mental health, less anxiety, stress, and hostility, lower blood pressure, fewer symptoms of depression, a stronger immune system, improved heart health, and an improved self-esteem. As we can see, there's many benefits of forgiveness, and they're supported by science, and they can be applied to everyone. A TED Talk speaker by the name of Sarah Montana mentions her story in forgiveness. Her story is really difficult to hear because she talks about her mother and her brother being murdered. In this situation, she's obviously very hurt. It's so difficult for anyone to have to go through that. In order to get over that pain, she has to learn through years of hardship to be able to forgive the pain that has been caused. She specifically mentions that she's not trying to forgive exactly the person responsible, but she's forgiving the pain that came along with it, the pain that it caused her specifically. And this would be what allows her to move on. But for us, we don't need to apply it to such an extreme level. For us, it can just be daily matters. Just stating here with my family, we face everyday issues such as maybe one of my family members eating all the brownies, so we stress over it, we talk about it, we worry about it, but we forgive each other because otherwise we can't move on. It's part of moving on, and it helps us get along better and build our relationships. It's clear to see how great forgiveness is. It grants closure along with several other benefits as mentioned. Why use other people's mistakes as motivation for revenge when you can use the same mistakes to motivate ourselves to do better? We can motivate for betterment. So now do me a favor. Forgive whoever has wronged you, but not for them. Forgive them for yourself, because you deserve it.